Before Tokyo became the political center of Japan, there was Osaka, a city of traders, warehouses, canals, and wealth. Long known as the nation's kitchen, Osaka fed the country, controlled its markets, and quietly shaped Japan's economy for centuries. Located on Osaka Bay, surrounded by rivers and canals, the city was perfectly positioned for trade. Goods flowed in from across the islands, while merchants negotiated prices that affected the entire nation. Osaka was not ruled by emperors or shoguns, it was ruled by commerce. This is the story of how Osaka rose from an ancient capital into the beating economic heart of old Japan. Ancient origins, Naniwa, Japan's early capital. Osaka's story begins over 1,300 years ago when it was known as Naniwa. In the 7th and 8th centuries, Naniwa briefly served as Japan's capital, connecting the imperial court to the sea. Envoys from China and Korea arrived at its ports, bringing ideas, religion, and technology. Temples, palaces, and administrative buildings filled the area. Though the capital later moved, Naniwa's strategic location ensured its survival. Trade routes passed through the city, and merchants began to gather where ships docked and goods were exchanged. Osaka was learning its future role, not as a seat of power, but as a gateway of exchange. The rise of Osaka Castle. In the late 16th century, Osaka's destiny changed forever under Toyotomi Hideyoshi, one of Japan's greatest unifiers. He built Osaka Castle, a massive fortress surrounded by moats and stone walls, turning the city into a political and military stronghold. Around the castle, the city expanded rapidly. Craftsmen, traders, and farmers moved in, supplying the castle and its armies. Markets flourished, roads expanded, and Osaka became a magnet for opportunity. Though Toyotomi's rule eventually ended, the city he shaped would continue to grow, not as a warrior capital, but as an economic giant. The Edo period, Japan's merchant heart. By the 1600s, Japan entered the Edo period, ruled by the Tokugawa shogunate. Political power moved to Edo, modern Tokyo, but economic power stayed firmly in Osaka. During this era, Osaka earned its famous title, Tenka no Daidokoro, the nation's kitchen. Rice from across Japan was shipped to Osaka, stored in massive warehouses, and traded in organized markets. Rice was wealth. Samurai were paid in rice, and Osaka merchants controlled its flow. The world's first futures trading market emerged here, allowing merchants to trade rice before it was even harvested. Prices set in Osaka influenced the entire country. Life in Edo-period Osaka. Osaka was unlike any other Japanese city. While Kyoto focused on culture and Edo focused on governance, Osaka focused on business. Canals crisscrossed the city, earning it the nickname the Venice of Japan. Boats transported rice, sake, textiles, and fish directly to shops and warehouses. Streets were crowded with traders, porters, entertainers, and shoppers. Merchant families lived modestly but thought boldly. Education, bookkeeping, and negotiation skills were highly valued. Theater districts flourished, especially Bunraku Puppet Theater and Kabuki, which attracted audiences from across Japan. Osaka was noisy, vibrant, and alive. Merchants versus samurai. In feudal Japan, samurai were officially the highest class, while merchants ranked at the bottom. But in Osaka, reality was different. Merchants controlled money, samurai controlled titles. Many samurai fell into debt, borrowing from Osaka merchants to maintain their lifestyles. Quietly, economic power shifted. Osaka proved that wealth, not weapons, could shape a nation.
This tension between class and reality became one of the defining characteristics of Edo-period Japan. Food, culture, and everyday life. Osaka became famous for food. Street stalls sold grilled fish, noodles, and rice dishes. The city developed a culture of eating well, leading to the phrase "kuidaore," eat until you drop. Markets buzzed from dawn until night. Lanterns lit canals and music echoed through entertainment quarters. Festivals brought color and energy to the streets, celebrating trade, harvests, and community. Osaka was not refined like Kyoto, it was practical, lively, and human. Decline and transformation. By the mid-1800s, Japan faced pressure from the outside world. Western ships arrived, trade rules changed, and the old feudal system began to collapse. When the Meiji Restoration began in 1868, Japan rapidly modernized. Political and financial power shifted toward Tokyo, and Osaka's dominance faded. But Osaka did not disappear. Factories replaced warehouses, modern industries grew, railways replaced canals. Osaka transformed from a merchant city into an industrial powerhouse, earning a new nickname, the Manchester of Japan. Osaka's legacy. Osaka's influence can still be felt today. Its business mindset, food culture, and humor reflect centuries of merchant life. The city helped invent modern finance in Japan and proved that economic strength could rival political power. Without Osaka, Japan's economy would not have developed the way it did. The nation's growth was fed, measured, and managed from its markets. Conclusion: the city that fed a nation. Osaka was never just a city. It was a system of trade, trust, and ambition. From ancient Naniwa to the bustling canals of the Edo period, Osaka shaped Japan quietly but profoundly. While imperials ruled and samurai fought, Osaka's merchants counted, planned, and built the future. It was the city that fed Japan, and in doing so, helped create the nation we know today.